Anglers Extra.
I'm Aaron Canada alongside John Schiffner on the Manager Show, live from Bourne, as we anxiously await the start of tonight's contest between the Anglers and the Bourne Braves. And Schiff, man, it's just getting hotter and hotter out here.
Well, it's Cape Cod in the summer. It happens. Like I said the other night, they're going to have to get used to it. So let's go. And I'd rather have this than cold and rain. So this is fine with me.
How do the guys feel after the day off, knowing that they've got a stretch of 11 straight games coming up?
I don't think they know that. These guys are pretty much one day at a time. We got 11? Really? I don't think they really realize that. But their bus ride was good. There seems to be a little life, little energy. Let's hope they carry that into the game.
Now, rumors abound that there's a brand new player in town now that we figured Goodell won't be around.
Right. Joe DePinto from University of Southern California is in town. He's an infielder. He can play second, third, short. He can play a little outfield for us. He'll give us a little bit more depth. That means that there's going to be time off, more rest for everybody. So to me, that's a good thing. I know some guys are going to sit there and say they don't want to be rested, but I think when they get back in the fall and they're fresher than they normally will be, I think they'll appreciate that. But at this point, I'm sure people are going to grumble that there's another guy hanging around. But he's here for a reason. He's supposed to play. He's supposed to get an opportunity just like everybody else, and he's going to help these guys rest.
Now, if memory serves, we've got Paolini, Reynolds, and Perez on the middle infield, and he'll be the fourth?
Yes, that's where, but he can play third. He can give Ginther a rest. I really don't like to use the two position guys in the summer, especially because we just don't have the medical facilities and recovery time that colleges have. So, Jonesy is here to pitch. Gates is here to pitch. Vance is here to pitch. They helped us out when we needed them, but and it's my call, and their college coaches appreciate that. Being a two-position guy through the entire year is very, very difficult to do, especially without the proper facilities. We just don't have the athletic training facilities that guys like that who really need special attention. And I've always been hesitant. I will not say that Jones won't play short or Vance won't play third or they'll hit or Gates will hit. There is a chance for that, but I'm not going to make them into the regular rotation because the other thing is their futures are on the mound anyway, and that's what we're here for.
Speaking of Vance, it's his birthday today, or so I gather. Does that put him in the lineup, or maybe in the back of the bullpen?
Well, he's always in the back of the pen. I mean, he's one of the best closers in the league. But happy birthday to him, Kev. That a baby, that a boy.
Yeah, maybe you'll get the that bump that everybody gets when they play on their birthday. So maybe that'll get things going. And as
Never
far
happened for me, my birthday's in November. No, it just didn't happen.
Speaking of getting things going, I mean, the bats have really gone silent as of late, and getting off to a hot start, guys like Paolini and Oropesa and Verdon, and all hitting for good average and power, but things are just falling off as of late.
Yes and no. I thought we squared up a number of balls the other night and we hit it right at somebody. So I'm not saying that we're in a complete and total hitting funk because we really did take some pretty good at bats. We didn't get any breaks, and that's what you need. You need to make breaks. And earlier in the season we were making our breaks, obviously with 4 or 5 walk-off wins, and that's just not here, not in the mix right now. But if the guys don't get down, a number of them are taking very good swings and they're just hitting it right. Steven Perez has taken some pretty good at-bats. Ginther's been taking some pretty good at-bats, and they're not a lot to show for that. So that, if they can continue to keep their confidence level up, as they say, those line drives will fall some point.
Now, what is it that you're looking for when you talk about good at-bats? Because the averages don't necessarily tell the whole story, especially with these guys making the switch from aluminum to wood.
Basically, it's, did you hit the ball hard? And did you do it, properly? You didn't get around the baseball. Your hands are inside the ball. You hit the ball where it was pitched. You squared it up. You hit it on the sweet spot of the bat. That's a good at-bat. That's a quality at-bat. Or do something in the at-bat as a quality at-bat. Extend the at-bat. Foul off 5-6 pitches. Make the pitcher work. That's a quality at-bat. And that's one of the things we're not doing. We're not making the pitchers work deep into the counts. Sometimes we're getting ourselves out. And if you're going to make an out, you want to make it out on a pitch that you want to hit, not the pitch that the pitcher wants you to hit. And that's what and again, that's the beauty of baseball that a lot of people don't see is there's a cat and mouse game between the pitcher and the hitter. We've heard stories of how Manny Ramirez would literally set up a pitcher for the next at-bat, and he comes through and gets a big base hit. And I'm not saying these guys are going to be Manny Ramirez, but they need to be more mentally focused at the plate instead of just John Daly grip it and rip it. They need to really take control of the counts, make the pitchers work the ball into take long counts, and then get the advantage to themselves.
Another thing that has plagued this team over the last 2 days are errors. Defensively, Steven Perez with 2 in 1 inning, and I think 3 or 4 2 nights ago, 3 or 4 3 nights ago. Is there something that you can do and the coaches can do to remedy that situation, or is it just mental errors?
Well, they're physical errors, and several of those were just, Ricky makes a nice play on the pickoff move, and, he just doesn't quite get the ball past the runner, and he hits the runner. The same thing with Munnelly. Munnelly makes a bad play and that's just, sometimes it's just bad luck, and other times, like Steven ran down that pop-up, and he just hit the heel of his glove and popped out. I mean, those errors do happen. We call them inevitables. You're blessed if you get a game where there's no errors. So, and especially the variety of fields, as well taken care of as our field is, it's still not perfect. You've got digs and ruts and so forth, and sometimes you just don't get the pure hop you want. We're fine. I don't think that's a common problem. I don't think that's going to be a consistent problem. I think it's just popped up the last few days. But we need to hit. The bottom line is the pitchers are doing a great job. We need to come through and get some big base hits.
Now, one thing that can plague teams when the bats aren't working and errors are happening at a consistent pace is the team can get into a mindset of, well, what can go wrong next? How can you avoid that? And do you feel like it's starting to creep in at all?
I don't think so, because we haven't let it creep into us as a coaching staff. We're still positive in the dugout. We're still cheering the guys on. Nobody's tearing into anybody's butt that they're doing bad things, or we're positive. Hey, good at bat, get them next time, and that's what you have to do. This is, it's baseball. That's the great thing about baseball. You have 3, 4, 5 chances a game to get a hit. And tomorrow's, it's not like football where you have to wait 6 days to, rebound. You rebound the next day in baseball, and that's a great thing. And we're trying to preach that and trying to keep them positive. And, it's a long season, and this is the doldrums of the summer. And we had some discussions the other day about, just bear with it. You're good players. You wouldn't be here if you weren't a good player. And most of the time that kind of works out in the end for us.
I got to go out on the water yesterday on the off day, and I tell you what, I got to see the absolute beauty of Chatham from the water, but I also got to see something else that I've never seen before: seals.
Oh, yeah.
There were 60 or 70 just poking their heads up. That's amazing.
They're neat. They're neat to see. They're also the reason why we've had our shark warnings too. The ringing of the dinner bell here off of Chatham. It is a spectacular place. It's why I stay here for so long. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have my own boat and was out there yesterday, caught some fish with some friends of mine in Berto, and it's magnificent just to sit. You stop fishing, you sit and you look around, and we're off of Monomoy, and it's a very, very special place.
He's John Schiffner. I'm Aaron Canada. It's the Manager Show on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Go Anglers!